left and right, man.
And Mike, the Ape Man.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
PTR Radio.
You ready to kick ass?
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of PTR Radio here on the fabulous interweb. That's right, we are back. It's another great week. It's Fair Week here in Illinois. So it's deep fried everything in the Midwest.
And then sometimes deep fried again.
Yes.
Deep fried things.
Mm-hmm. You look surprised, Mike.
Oh, no, I think suddenly you give me a plus to want to move to the Midwest. Temporary residence for 1 week a year.
Oh, that's 2 week fair. 2 week fair. It's
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, no, it is fair time, and this year they have no reason to complain about the attendance whatsoever because you couldn't ask for better weather, really.
No, it's been wonderful.
Actually, I did get a complaint lodged by one of my folks that is stationed out at the fair. They said it's too cold. I'm like, never has anybody said it's too cold. Never.
It's never too cold.
Never has somebody said it's too cold at the fair.
Okay, actually, we should clarify. This is the state fair. This isn't some county fair. This is the Illinois State Fair.
Yes, it's one of two state fairs.
Okay.
Because we're
okay.
Yeah, this is the real state fair.
Yes. So yeah. I'm going out there actually on Saturday. Saturday afternoon, I'll be out at the state fair. So, although this year I don't have to get my driver's license renewed. So, that's one less tent I have to visit. But that is it's amazing how many people they say, well, why do you go to the state fair? And I go, normally I get my driver's license renewed. And they're like, you can do that? Yes, you can. And
yes.
You should. You should. If you have to get your driver's license renewed during fair time, don't go to a regular driver's license facility. Go to the fair.
Although, if you can just get it mailed to you, that's good too.
Yes. Yeah. But you didn't used to do that. Somebody was telling me.
No, that's a new thing.
Yeah, somebody was telling me, well, can't you just do it online? And I'm like, pre-COVID, no, you couldn't. Pre-COVID, you had to go into a place and sit take a number and sit in a chair with a bunch of other people, and take a bunch of paperwork. And now, so I just went to the fair and got a corn dog and walked in, got my license, walked out because there was never any line. So, the fair is actually a good place to conduct state business because nobody thinks that you can conduct state business at the fair, but you can do a lot of things at the fair. So.
Yeah.
And you can do it all while getting a deep fried Snickers bar,
Well, that's important.
Yes.
Deep fried Snickers, deep fried Oreos, deep fried Twinkies. Those are my favorite.
I wonder what is what is the newest state fair deep fried thing? Because, there always is something new. State fair deep fried items. This year they have deep fried ranch dressing at the Minnesota State Fair.
Huh?
Yep. They have a cheese fried pickle waffle fries and a hot dog slider and a mini apple pie at the Indiana State Fair.
Okay.
They have, here we go. Illinois State Fair food deep fried items. So obviously we still have the deep fried Twinkie. That was a big thing last time. We got plenty of deep fried pickles, which those are good. Although there's always the debate. Do you want deep fried pickle chips or do you want deep fried pickle spears?
Chips.
I don't know.
They're both good.
I'm on the chips makes a lot more work.
I'm going to say spears only because I can get chips all the time.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to the fair, I'm going to want spears.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yep.
I mean, at a restaurant, I prefer chips because that's a higher breading to pickle ratio.
Well, and it's easier to get consistency, I think. for the chip. But yeah, so and of course we had to deal with last week we had to deal with the unveiling of the butter cow. You know. And of course the comments have been nonstop. The cow looks anorexic. Someone asked if we had a gender fluid cow this year, because because the face looked like a triangle. It was just there was so many angles to it, you know, and so it was of all the cows, it did look a little bit unhealthy. Honestly, it was very skinny. But yeah, I did have several people ask me, what do they do with the butter afterwards? And of course I said, well, we get a lot of popcorn. So, you know.
You know what the real answer is, right?
Well, it gets thrown away.
Oh.
Yes.
Some of it just gets reused.
Well, most of it gets thrown away because it's no good after being in the fridge that long.
No. I'm not saying it gets eaten. I'm saying that, you know, just stick it in the back of a freezer and make another cow with it next year.
No, the butter is fresh every year. It gets donated by Prairie Farms.
They
it was
turned
donated
it into
by Prairie Farms
biofuel
20 years ago.
You know. And I love the people that think that it's a solid butter cow. It's not solid, people. Come on.
No. Get chicken wire.
Yeah. It's a piñata. It's a butter piñata. That's what it is, folks. Get used to it. So, all right. But yeah. So, Mike, New Jersey Fair's got to be a thing, right?
Yeah. It's not that great. It's really not. I know families that love to go to it, but the problem is the New Jersey Fair always seems to do it on, well, they try to do too much, which is stupid because they flat out, I sound messed up, don't I?
No, you sound fine to me.
Okay. They try to do too much and they try to be something that they're not. Like they're trying to emulate the Midwest fairs where the fairs are a big thing. Like nobody believes that in the Meadowlands, which is just north of Newark Airport by Giant Stadium on Blacktop in one of the most industrial areas of New Jersey, nobody believes that kids are raising cows for the 4-H. So why are you doing it? Don't try and be something you're not.
Mm-hmm.
That's life advice for all of our listeners, not just the fair people that are listening. Don't try and be something you're not. So yeah, it's okay, but we also have the boardwalk, right? So anything that you would get at the fair, you can get at the Jersey Shore year round. So like the funnel cake, deep fried everything, that's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have all season. You know, you get it spring, summer. It's somewhat full, I would guess, but not really. So, but yeah,
I'll tell you the best food we have at our fair, and you would never guess it.
Lemonade shake-ups.
Corn on the cob.
Oh, see, I would not know.
Oh yeah. So what it is, there's a variety of corn on the cob that's been bred to be extremely sweet, with the idea being that by the time it gets shipped, it ends up in a New Jersey grocery store that at least has some sweetness left. Well, the corn growers have their own booth there at the state fair where they have that super sweet corn literally picked off the fields and brought to the farm to the fair that day. It is the sweetest sweet corn you will ever find, and that's a good place to go. Yeah. That's what watermelon is.
I've been disappointed lately by the giant fruits. You know, they have been quite underwhelming lately. Whenever I go to the fair, there is no more giant pumpkins or giant watermelons or any of the giant squashes. You know, we just can't seem to get the giants anymore. So, you know, a giant pumpkin now is like 200 pounds, whereas before it was like, you know, a ton. So
yeah, I wish to have a giant pig. but I think they stopped doing that because they didn't want the image of
Well,
super gigantic pigs.
I liked this year. So normally we have this thing called milk a cow. This is how agricultural our area is, where you can literally milk a cow. Okay, but we don't have milk a cow this year because the cow is sick. So
the cow,
yes, the cow.
The cow that they
evidently
have, trained to not kill little kids.
Evidently, yeah, we don't have another cow which can be milked. We just have this one cow, Ursula Utters or something. I don't know what her name is, but yeah, the cow, that's sick. And so now they have the calf cam instead, where you can watch this little baby calf, and its name is Scooby Moo.
Scooby Moo. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yep. And so, of course, when I heard that the milk a cow was sick, there were all kinds of jokes involved. Does it have mad cow flu? Someone else came up with, does it have COVID or Calvid, which was really good.
Calvid. I like that. Okay.
So,
yeah, that's better.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is not a farmer, a cow, farmer there at the fair who would find a mad cow joke at all funny in any way.
I reckon you might get cut if you try and make a mad cow joke.
Probably.
In front of a cow farmer.
Or you might find yourself in a manure pile, yeah.
but yeah, so it was so it's there's been a lot of really bad dad jokes going around my house lately. So we've been watching a lot of Trauma Life in the ER. And so it was there was one where a guy got his nose shot off, and there was another one where a guy had a giant nail through his eye, and boy, the puns were coming hot and heavy, and my wife just looked at me and shook her head. So speaking of wives shaking their head and being frustrated, Mike, there is an article on our sheet that you said your wife is already keeping an eye on, and that is this movement for people to keep miniature farm animals.
So I told her we were going to be talking about this because this is already on her radar. If we move, or I shouldn't say when we move, if we have the property for it, no miniature cows. That's been decided. Miniature donkeys, however, and ducks. Not miniature ducks, just ducks.
I would say miniature ducks would be very small.
I don't know about miniature goats. My concern with miniature goats is they may wind up in the house.
Yeah.
Whatever. I see too many of those where the goats just come running through the house, and no. See,
baby donkeys. Is that what you need? You need a baby donkey?
Well, here's the problem. See, these animals were not meant to be that small.
No.
So there's all kinds of health issues that come along with it. Like, they're cute and all. Like, I tell people, when you see these like toy any kind of dog, that just means they kept breeding the runts of the litter over and over again until they started getting smaller dogs. And you know what that means? You are just gonna have all kinds of health issues with that dog.
Like that teacup chihuahuas and stuff like that. Yeah.
Teacup Yorkies.
No, not just that. Because if you do a DNA test on any of those dogs, the DNA test is going to come back and say it's a Chihuahua.
And part
it's
gerbil.
A Chihuahua it's a Chihuahua that looks like something else, but it's a Chihuahua. You own a Chihuahua. No.
Yep.
I have a Chihuahua. Chihuahuas are great. Just saying, you have a Chihuahua.
My Penny's part Chihuahua. She's a good dog. But, you know,
Or,
she definitely is.
conversely, if you have a large dog, you get a DNA test, yeah, it's a pit bull. Little dogs are Chihuahuas. All the big dogs are pit bulls. That's just the way the DNA works.
Yep.
Unless
See
they have
here-
a lot of hair, then they might be husky or shepherd. Somehow those are making their rounds too. But so yeah, here's the other problem. It costs a lot of money. You still got to buy all of the feed and stuff to take care of these animals. Just because they're miniature don't mean that they're any easier to take care of. Like, and that's why I'm saying, like, I see these people on like Instagram and TikTok that they have the miniature goats, and the miniature goats are like sleeping in the living room, and they're putting diapers on them, and the goats are running around the house and screaming at you. Like, hell no. Absolutely freaking hell no. I don't even like any of the animals in my office with me in the same house, let alone running around the house.
Well,
and these are domestic animals.
And they still weigh a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
a miniature cow can still weigh between 500 to 600 pounds.
500 to 600 pounds, and they're still taking cow-sized dumps.
Yeah. I mean, take a big dog dump and then triple it.
Yeah. But at least it's fertilizer-ish more than dog crap. But did either of you watch Clarkson's Farm?
I watched it a little bit, but not a whole lot.
So the season that it was out this year, he got goats, and I think it was goats. Anyway, yeah, it was goats, and he found out that goats are escape artists.
Yeah.
If you put anything in there, it's like, oh, this is this great toy, this thing they can climb on. They're going to figure out how to push that thing over by the fence and jump out.
Yes.
That's what your life is going to be. It's going to be playing the warden, trying to keep your goats from escaping.
Yes. People are going to question, when did they open up the prison next to us? Because I'm going to have 10-foot chain link fences that curve backwards so that the goats can't get out.
Yeah.
No. Look, they're cute. I'll go to the petting zoo. I'll let them eat little goat food out of my hand or whatever. I'll pet them. I'll play with them. I'll scream back at them, whatever. I don't want to take care of them. I'm going to treat them like neighbors' kids. Like, I'm going to get you all hopped up, and then I'm going home.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to deal with the aftermath. Nope. But she is still looking at a format, and she wants a pond so that we can have 2 ducks. Quackers and cheese. I'm not even making this up. I'm not even making that up.
That's
That
okay.
is going to be the name of our ducks. So say we all.
That's okay.
There's no discussion about this anymore. So
My daughter's cat is named Snickers, and she wants to get a dog and name it Kit Kat. So, you know, why she didn't do it the other way around, Lord only knows. But, you know, yeah.
Buy 2 dachshunds, named them the Twix twins. You know, one's left and the other's right. There you go. Chickens?
Yeah. No, it
You
can
do
be
chickens, Mike.
no.
No yard birds. That's stupid.
No, because here's the thing with chickens. This is the thing they don't tell you about chickens. Chickens only lay eggs for like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're freeloaders. Like, they don't lay eggs after that. So here's the problem. If we have chickens, they will have names. If they have names, you see where I'm going with this, right?
Yeah, you have to name them
like
after you'd have to name them after the 13 herbs and spices. That way, it's
So-
still okay to eat them.
There's no.
One would have to be called paprika. One would have to be salt. One would have to be like
John Panette.
thyme.
John Panette once did the whole skit about this. When his friend had a farm, and he went and put the baby lamb in
Yeah.
his arms, and the lamb fell asleep. He said, "It trusts you," and he's like, "I know I'm never going to eat lamb again after holding this."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Do you want to go see the cows?" Hell no.
Yeah.
I'll see the cows at McDonald's. Thanks.
Yes, exactly.
All you need to do is name the chickens people you don't like.
Oh Mike, did you read?
But you make it sound like I have any say in what the name will be. I don't. There's not going to be any chickens. Absolutely not. There's not going to be any chickens. There's not going to be any turkeys. I follow this one rescue called Knuckle Bump
definitely no
Farm
turkeys.
on Instagram. And she's famous for, she had the reels where she had the emu, like manual. Don't even, and anytime she's trying to do something, you come over and you knock the phone over, right? So that's how they became known. Well, she has a rescued turkey named Turkey, and she argues with Turkey because Turkey tries to come after Emmanuel. Turkeys are nasty. They're evil creatures. They deserve to get at. So,
Mike, you were talking about you either said neuter or some or X or fix or something. I don't know, but it reminded me of this article that I just came across. It's an older article. There's several shelters do this, and it's a great fundraising idea.
oh, you're talking about on Valentine's Day where you can you sponsor a spay or neuter, and
They will name it after your ex.
After your ex, yeah.
Yeah.
I have mixed feelings about that one. I appreciate the fundraising aspect. I think it's a good way to get it out there on social media. However, the feminists in this world already have enough reason to hate men. And this may go a little bit too far.
There was another one that was doing it like, we'll write your ex's name on a pee pad.
Yes, or in a litter box, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Which, again, hey, viral fundraising is still fundraising.
Yes,
so,
that's true. It is true.
Whatever it takes. The dogs and the cats don't care. So,
No, they really don't. They still wake up and they got no nuts, so it doesn't matter.
It's like I always refer to it as taking my dog to get broken. Well, they're less fixed when they leave than when they walked in. So,
Well,
now,
yeah, go ahead. I want to see you segue out of that story to something else on this white list. Go ahead.
Yes.
I'm just looking at the list. I'm like, good luck with this.
Well, I mean, sayings like they're more fixed, they're more broken than when I took them in. That is something that an old person would say, right? I mean, that's something you would expect from your dad or from, us, boomers. And it's not the only thing that we have. So there are a list of hills that people will die on that millennials are finally coming around and saying, hey, maybe these people have a point. Okay, so finally, maybe millennials are brightening up. I doubt it, but maybe they will agree with us on these few items that we, the older generation. Now, this list says boomers, but I will say we're what, Gen X? Is that what we
Late
are?
Gen X.
I am.
Yeah. So,
No, I'm there.
I identify as a Xennial.
okay. So, number 1 on this list. No, you cannot listen to music, videos, calls, or whatever in public without headphones on. I will say, nothing irritates me more than the person in the store on speakerphone talking to someone, and they have it up to their ear on speakerphone. I'm like, you could hear them better if you would just take it off speaker and put it up to your ear.
Wait. Are you sure this is the correct direction? Because most of the people I see doing this are boomers, not boomers complaining about it.
Well, I'm just saying, in general, it doesn't matter.
Well, okay, no. So I'm kind of with Colin on this one because most of the younger generation has the AirPods or the AirPod Maxes or whatever giant headphones are featured on the cover of CNET that month because they need to be in vogue with something, and it's a status symbol to have the
Constantly
headphones
plugged
that are
in.
the size of what the guys wear on aircraft carriers to drown out jet noise. That's the kind. Remember how like Beats used to be the symbol? Like even if you weren't listening to music, you had to have Beats around your neck because that was a status symbol. Well, that's what it is now with the younger generation. However,
See, I don't see as many Beats as I see earpods nonstop. I always see white stalks out of people's ears. And
now I have another issue with this. Yeah, I'm perfectly okay with people using earpods or headphones or whatever they got, but it's the people that wear them all the time. Now, this is the office. Like when I'm at the office, this is how people are walking, and they have their headphones in. So they come around the corner, they're looking at their phone, they don't see you, they don't hear you.
Right.
Keep one of the earbuds out, so at least you are aware of your situational surroundings.
Yeah,
that's all I'm going to say. Because if I bump into you, I am not going to apologize, and I certainly am not going to apologize if I use the wrong pronoun when I'm saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir."
Yeah, see, normally at work I got one ear off, so that I can always keep. Or that was one of the reasons why I went with the bone conduction headphones at work. Not because they were great quality, because they certainly weren't, but then I could still hear what was going on around me. So,
now, see, I just use one. I use one. This way I double my battery life because I go back and forth.
Well, see, I don't like earpods, so they give me a headache, so I can't use those. So
the ones that I got, and of course I left them upstairs, are like the beans that you put in.
Yeah,
they're almost like the old Samsung Galaxy Buds, but they're cheap.
Yeah,
they were like $20 off of Amazon. They're actually, I love them. I think they're awesome.
So here's the next one. I hate downloading an app for every freaking thing. I'm not clogging up my phone just for one baseball game ticket. Email me a PDF of my ticket. I agree. I fight the app, fight at work all the time, telling people they don't need to build an app. There's certain reasons to create an app. Most are not valid.
Yeah.
We had to create an app. Do you know why we had to create an app?
Because somebody told you need to create an app?
Not just told us. They wrote a bill and got it voted on.
Yeah. Dumb legislatures. Yep. So, all right. Next one. Mike, you want to take this one? I feel like it's up your alley.
New car headlights are too damn bright. I have multiple opinions about this one. The first one is most cars are driving SUV. They're driving SUVs now. Most headlights are either in the higher end models anyway, are LED or HID, which are very bright. However, if the headlights are aimed correctly, it's not a problem until you decide that you need to drive with your high beams on all the time, and then it's basically F the entire world. Now, the flip side to this one, which you don't see with millennials that often because, well, most of them do not drive older cars. That's point blank and period. They put in HID or LED lights into headlights not designed for them, and suddenly you could land an airplane with the amount of light that they're throwing off everywhere except on the road.
See, I'm going to put some of this on the car manufacturers because they have now made cars that auto bright and then high beam and then turn it off, but it doesn't work the way it's supposed to all the time and doesn't always detect. And then you have lazy drivers who, just turn it to auto and then the car is blinding you, not the person. And no, don't do that. That sucks.
Mine always works, but here's the thing. The fault of this is the federal government. This is one of the few things that I will say it's the federal government's fault. See, the thing is,
yes.
Are you going to say
the high-end cars?
Are you going to say they need to bring back incandescent bulbs?
No. The high-end cars, the BMWs, the Mercedes, their bulbs are basically projectors, like the
Mm-hmm.
kind of projectors like you see with a movie. Okay, and they have the ability to see the other cars on the road and automatically turn off those pixels so the light doesn't go that way. All the hardware is there. The software is not there. If you're in Europe, the software is there. But they've decided that they are not going to allow them to install that software in the United States.
See,
Because
I
the
was gonna take
agencies want
a step
them to
further.
do something else. Anyway, yeah.
See-
So the more whatever the federal agency that does that, they want them to do something more, even than what they have, and they won't let them turn on what they already have until they do this extra stuff that they want.
It's the
So
council.
instead, we're stuck with ultra.
It's the Council of Lumens. That's who does it.
It's the NTSB.
It just be, yeah.
The NTSB is the one that mandates all of this. Which, by the way, daytime running lights. That worked out well for you, didn't it? I was just thinking about that the other day. Wait a minute. When do we actually become allowed to turn off our daytime running lights? Wait a second.
That's easy. After daylight savings time. When it ends, then you can turn those off.
Well, no, mine are off all the time. I can select on or off, period. End of discussion. But the other problem here is that car manufacturers so these auto high beams, okay, fine. You know what? It is what it is. But I believe part of the problem here is the federal government, because the LED bulbs were not up to snuff for a lot of applications when they decided to roll them out. And I'm talking about street lights. If the street lights were brighter, people would not feel the urge to put their high beams on in the middle of town. But we got these crap-ass LED lights that all of a sudden, the LED lights, they're great. We're going to save so much money. And they replaced them early in our town. Early adopters always get screwed.
Yes.
So now you don't get as much light off of them. And the roads are darker, which forces more people to put their high beams on and more people to go to Temu to buy illegal lighting kits. Listen, you want to tell the entire world that you got a little dick and you're compensating? Just put a 42-inch LED light bar on the front of your truck and have it on all the time. That's a surefire sign. And guaranteed, when my pupils adjust and I look at the back of your truck, you've got a 7-inch pipe on the back of that diesel.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the other sign that you have the small testicles to go with the small penis. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I will say, from a safety perspective, it's considered having the high beams not turned on is a huge safety problem. Which is why the auto high beams started showing up. We want people to turn on their high beams.
If they're aimed correctly with the right kind of bulb.
Yeah. So
headlights, same thing.
Going back to the phones on speaker, Rockdef says the newest trends are AirPods and Stanley Cups. So, quickly so that we can get through this. Whoops, did I close it? Oh, dang it, I closed it. What was the other trend here? The other trends are...
So, not everything needs to be recorded or photographed and posted online.
True.
Like taking excessive vacation pictures over. So here's my downside to that. Record it. If you're talking about somebody getting beat up.
Yeah.
Not everybody needs to record that. All right. Intervene. Your first instinct should not be, let me get my phone and record this and post it to Instagram.
Yeah.
If you're talking about vacation pictures and stuff,
Yeah.
That people are putting them up there because Facebook and what have you have became people's photo albums. That's it. And there's that for no other reason than that. Yeah, you got all the unlimited storage and all of that with like Prime and iCloud and all of that or what have you. But before all of that, the cheap way is uploaded to Facebook.
Yeah, but to go back to the original premise of this thing, it's the boomers who had the slide projectors that they bought in their house so they could have their neighbors over and show them slides of their pictures.
Well,
so it's
let's see here. Let's see.
The real menus.
Real menus.
QR code
yes.
menus. Listen, all you're doing is you're making me just point out as soon as you see somebody going like this. You know they can't read your damn menu. If you're going to make me scan a QR code, make it easily readable, not an image that I have to zoom in and
don't
start
just
scrolling all over the place just to find out if you have freaking mozzarella sticks.
Don't just take a PDF of your menu, you know.
That was mostly a COVID thing. I mean, the menus are coming back.
Not everywhere.
I saw them disappear during COVID, and I've seen them come back after COVID.
All right. Next thing. I don't think we're even going to get into tips because we've covered that topic before. Here's one. There's no reason why my appliances need an internet connection.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
No,
Okay, no. I will rephrase. It's okay if they have an internet connection. But if the internet is out, the appliance should still be usable and not a brick.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Not every appliance needs an internet connection, though. I mean, really, does your refrigerator need an internet connection?
Okay, the refrigerator is the one thing, but so many of the other ones, yes.
Why? Like I understand. Okay, my oven has the capability to be controlled from an app. I struggle to find. I have never used it.
You go to Papa Murphy's to pick up a take and bake pizza, and now you're about to drive home. Well, you pull your phone out and you tell your oven, "Hey, turn on the 425." So by the time you're home, the oven's already preheated. You just put the pizza in.
Yeah, but I can't check. I can't check to see if there's still pans in the oven that I need to remember to take out before I start preheating it, and I can't.
Well, you make sure that you don't do that.
That's part one. No. That's a perfectly good storage spot if you need it. Trust me. But the other problem is in New Jersey, you'll get shanked if you suggest that you got to take a pizza home and bake it yourself. Well, unless you are going to Walmart and buying it. I'm not going to a pizza shop in Jersey where they give me a pizza to take home and bake myself.
Yeah, take and bake's not a thing everywhere.
I'd love to do a pop-up shop like that just for one weekend somewhere, just to see the reactions of Jersey people if they actually had to do that. Oh, God, please, Ashton Kutcher, if you ever listen to a show, please hear this one to finance and back me on this one, please.
Okay, so just real quick, do you understand the greatness of a take and bake pizza place? Of why you'd want to do that?
I understand the pros and cons of it, yes.
But the giant
is that your pizza is cooked the way you want it. Yeah. And there's no discussion.
That's a nice thing. That's not
the giant con is you can't sneak a piece on the drive home. I mean, that's the giant con.
So the two big pros are that for some of the cheaper ingredients that you may already have, you could throw some extra ingredients on yourself before you cook it. But the other thing is that it's less tax. Because when you buy it, it's not cooked, therefore it's grocery instead of being a cooked item, which would be a much larger tax. I think it's, around here it's like 1% as a grocery item instead of 7% as a Completely.
Well, in Jersey, grocery is not taxed, but prepared food is. However, I guarantee you in Jersey that this would be considered prepared food, even though you
Yeah.
have to heat it yourself.
Mama Blair
Because
writes in.
you don't have a grocery store license, or you're not operating as a grocery store.
Mama Blair writes in and says, with an internet connected appliance, I can check to see if Mom remembered to turn off the stove.
Okay,
Yes,
that's fair.
That was the thing we did. Yes.
That is fair.
Now,
The
the big
nanny,
thing-
the nanny state, that part of it is fair. I admit.
And but the most useful one are
still
the
don't see-
clothes washer and clothes dryer.
No. The dryer, maybe. I might give you the dryer if you're one of those people like me who it takes 6 or 7 tumbles after the clothes are actually dry before I finally take the clothes out of the dryer. So I can do that from my phone and just do it one time. Like, okay, I'm just going to start this now. The washing machine, an app to tell me, oh yeah, the wash is done. I'm not adjusting the temperature of my washing machine like I would an oven.
No,
That
that you want the clothes to get out of the washer as fast as possible to keep them from wrinkling, and you need to put the next load in the washer. So instead of having to wander over every so often to see, hey, is the washer done yet? Your phone just bings at you and says, hey, the washer's done. You go, oh, great. You go over, you pull the clothes out of the washer, you put it in the dryer, you put your other clothes, put them in the washer, and off you go.
I don't know. Conspiracy theorist in me says that that just means that I'm going to get charged a usage tax. That's just another way for
or it's just
watching.
What I get to is it's just another service that when the company decides, hey, we don't want to do this anymore, we want to force you to upgrade, we're going to discontinue this cloud service, and now you're going to have depended upon that all the time, so now you're going to want to upgrade because we turned that off. You know, it's planned obsolescence by the manufacturers.
As long as the washer and the dryer don't actually stop working, who cares?
I'm just saying, if you buy it for a feature and then they discontinue it.
Complaining, I'm like, oh my God, we're in the Stone Age. How, Daddy, I have to go down and I have to turn on the dryer myself. Oh my God, Daddy.
So
that's what's going to happen.
I never turned the washer and dryer on using my phone. I just use it for the alerts to let me know that one or other has finished, so I can go take the clothes out.
All right.
Because there have been times in the past where I put clothes in the washer and I forgot about them, and a couple of days later, I'm like, crap, those things have been sitting in the washer, wet for 2 days.
Well, and to Shaggy's point, like Camp Chef, their Wi-Fi enabled grills, the pellet grills, it uploads to the cloud before it goes to your phone. Why you can't do a direct Wi-Fi connection, peer-to-peer connection, that's a whole different story. If I'm connected to my network and the internet goes down, but my router is still up and powered up, I should be able to connect to that device that's connected on my home network. And that's
I have a Green Mountain, I can do that. So I can directly Wi-Fi connect to my smoker, and it's fine.
All right, I think we'll end on this one. Toddlers and babies do not need to be attached to a phone or a tablet all day, every day. Now,
they should not have them. Period.
We could expand this out to say, no child, no matter what their age is, should. And the moment that you see there's a problem is when they stop listening to you.
Well, yeah.
Now, granted, even when we were growing up, there were things that our parents gave us to say, hey, here's the television was the babysitter for a lot of us, but it wasn't a non-stop babysitter all the time. And so, it's just not, it's so easy for everybody just to hand the kid a tablet and say, here, I see him in the grocery stores. I see him, at home. I see him, and grandkids we have are just as bad about it. And God, you think you killed them if you take them away. It is
it's way too much stimulation.
It's the everlasting pacifier.
So a couple things. One, I think that there is too much of a correlation now. I'd like to see some data on this about the amount of screen time a preschool child has with a tablet and or phone versus the number of cases of autism being diagnosed, because I truly believe that there is some kind of correlation here.
I don't know if it would be
Partly because of
autism
what you just described. Well,
or,
no,
or
I
maybe
believe- I think that
ADHD.
some kind of, well, yeah, but ADHD is now considered to be on the spectrum.
No.
At least that's how our school district is doing it now, which I think is stupid, but whatever. Now, the other thing
Yeah.
that I'd like to point out is, we're talking about technology. I would like to get your opinion on this. I have said this several times that I believe during COVID, the use of speakerphones is the downfall of the communication of society.
I would say the use of
Because
text,
people,
not as much as
well, no, because people could not use, we're not getting headsets when everybody had to work remote. Therefore, they were relying on like their webcam or laptop microphones, which are simplex. And people stopped being able to listen and talk at the same time.
nah.
So it's one or the other. Once somebody starts talking, they continue talking. They're not the younger generation who grew up during COVID does not recognize the social cues of when to shut the hell up and let the other person get a word in.
Are you saying the younger generation has become the View?
No, because that could have a political implication, and I'm not going there, especially now.
So
I'll go there as soon as the Olympic Committee decides that Australia is the best breakdancer. Okay, that's when I'll go there.
which, by the way, so the Olympics are over, so nobody has anything to watch. So now it's time. It's our turn to tell them what they should be watching by doing our movie review for this week. So we are now done with the hot topics of the week. But thank you to everybody who chimed in. Definitely getting some feedback here on the screen time issues. But which, by the way, if you ever want to feel terrible about yourself, read your weekly reports on how much you used your phone. Because I get mine, and it's like, if it's like you used your phone 5 minutes less this week, I'm like, yes, accomplished. But then most of the time it's like you used your phone an hour more than last week. I'm like, crap. So
our internet was out all day Saturday. Literally, it went out at like 5:30 in the morning and didn't come back until Sunday afternoon. And my report came in and said that I used my phone 2 hours and 20 something minutes more than I did the previous week. And I'm like, we didn't have internet for 8 hours. Dude, that's not bad. Because I guarantee you at least an hour of that overage was me refreshing the damn outage map to see, okay, where's the status? What's the update? What's the update here? Come on.
So were you thinking in your head, hey, if that hadn't happened, I'd have been like 6 hours below?
Possibly.
All right. So this evening we have a Netflix show to review called Hunter Killer. And Colin is up to give us the synopsis of the movie and give us his first thoughts as I read the list. So, Colin, we will let you take it away and tell us all about this film.
Yeah, so Hunter Killer, it's actually 3 movies badly stitched together. So movie 1 is a Tom Clancy-esque political military thriller with Common and Gary Oldman fighting it out over military decisions in the Pentagon. Movie 2 is slightly gritty soldier movie where you got a team of U.S. military special forces of undefined type, as far as I could tell, that they've been sent on a mission where some of them might die, and they need to. Eventually, they need to rescue the president of Russia from a military coup. And then movie three is a submarine movie. I love submarine movies. I think Das Boot is one of the best movies ever made, for example. I've watched that many times in the super long version. But this one is more of a badly copied Red October version. So I'll start there with movie three. So we have a Mustang commander played by Gerard Butler, um, who has been assigned to be the captain of a submarine, the USS Arkansas, which has an attached rescue sub and some probe torpedoes, kind of a poor man's Sequest DSV. Um, Now, this guy has spent his life on submarines. He came up through doing all the mechanical stuff and, torpedo room and mechanics room. And the audience is sure that, this is important pieces of character backstory that will be key to the plot of this movie. Spoiler, the audience is wrong. He was also part of a previous disaster on the USS Wichita, and he carries a coin from that ship, which is his lucky charm. Spoiler, the audience is still wrong about that one too. So where these three movies come together is this Russian coup. So the people in the Pentagon order the soldiers to rescue the president of Russia, and then Uber the submarine to go pick them up and to stop this coup. Um, so some more details. So the coup starts with a false flag attack, where a Russian sub and a U.S. sub are both attacked, leaving both sides unsure of who's attacking who. The U.S. sub is completely destroyed, but there's some sailors who survive on the Russian sub, including its captain. Now, this captain, much like Sean Connery's character on Red October, he trained everybody. So all the people, sailors that are on the ships, or the bad guys are captaining, he trained them all. This time the audience is correct. For the soldiers, look, these guys have no personality. You have one guy who's in charge is kind of grizzled for no really good reason that we're given. If he's kind of mean and stuff. They have one guy who's the new guy, and doesn't seem that well trained, which is why if these are, like I said, I don't think they ever said these are Navy SEALs. They kind of act like Navy SEALs, but are obviously not trained as Navy SEALs, trained at all. Anyway, most of them get killed off. Spoiler, but in fact, one of them gets killed underwater by being shot, which anyone who watched MythBusters know that doesn't happen. Um, so this movie has moments of fun for the audience. It's action, 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 but it really doesn't really understand submarine movies that well. The idea of a submarine movie is that you need some tension and this feeling of claustrophobia, and they don't really get that here with this movie. But the bigger problem is none of the characters matter. There's no depth of character in anyone here that has any meaning. Like, for example, the Pentagon plot of you have this Gary Oldman admiral character who likes to yell a lot, and Common, who is this two-star admiral. Um, Basically, that consists entirely of Gary Oldman's character yelling at Common, telling him that he's killed the world, and then realizing later that he was wrong, and he shakes his hand. And that's it. That's basically all that happens there. That's kind of spoiling the end of part of the end of the movie, but it's who cares? There's nothing there. Um, with the soldiers, one soldier saves another soldier. Do you care? No, you barely know these people. And at the end, it's like, oh, he lost a lot of people, but he doesn't seem to remember any of that. It's like, yay, we won. And oh, I lost like let's inflate the numbers here. I lost 50 men, but that's okay. I'm standing on a submarine and we won. Yay! Aren't we great? Um, Look, there's enough fun here for a smirk, maybe even a smile. I'm going to leave it at smirk for now. I'm leaving it open for anybody to persuade me to make it up to a smile. That's it.
All right, Mike, I'll let you go next.
Okay. Colin, I ain't going to be that guy. So I'm showing a bit of ignorance here, but I had to Google because I thought they were mispronouncing something and making some shit up. I had to Google to find out that the Barents Sea is actually a real place. I thought that they were trying to do some kind of play on Bering Sea and making someplace up. And okay, well, but I am glad to see that the DSRV from the Hunt for Red October is getting some use, which was good because it looked almost exactly like the same. Here's where, so I had a buddy of mine that I used to play hockey with who was actually in submarine service, and he shared Colin's opinion that Das Boot was one of the best movies ever. He actually felt like U-571 was also, despite the appearance of John Bon Jovi, was also very accurate when it came to submarines. This one, he would probably piss in somebody's Cheerios, I'm sure.
What about Down Periscope? What did he think of Kelsey Grammer at Down Periscope?
I don't know. I will have to find out. But I don't think that one was to be taken seriously. So since when are torpedoes manually controlled and able to transmit visuals? That's one issue. And since when can submarines turn on a dime like they did when they were avoiding the torpedoes? No large ship like that, especially one underwater, can turn that quickly. It's funny, the DSRV is also called the Mystic, which is the same name as Hunt for Red October. So maybe it is the same one. I don't know. As soon as the DSRV docks on the Russian sub at the end for the rescue mission, the riptide that made docking such a problem suddenly went away. Not a single bit of movement on that sub at all. On a military coup, as we said. Should have saw that one coming. Did anybody? I feel like we should have. We've been doing this a long time. We should have saw that plot twist. These Russians certainly are taking the shoot first ideology to the extreme here because they hear a noise and they decide to shoot instead of investigate. And of course, the rookie gets shot. And so the leader of the Navy, I won't call them SEALs, the Navy porpoises, decides that he's going to go back and try and get the rookie that got shot. I don't understand. I do understand that rocket mortars are the new depth charges. Okay. I don't know how that thing got reloaded. It's like a G.I. Joe toy where they shoot off their dozen or so rocket mortars and then the thing is useless. And of course, they make contact and everyone ends the war in dramatic fashion. Because, well, that's how it's got to happen. So, puke to Schneikes, I'm giving this one a meh. The acting was decent. The storyline was kind of predictable. But the damn movie just felt too much like a Rainbow Six expansion pack mission. Like, this movie literally gave me a video game adaptation vibe. And I think that this would partner up well in a cheesy double feature with Rihanna's classic Battleship.
Okay. All right. So, maybe I'm just a little bit more gullible in believability. I thoroughly enjoyed Hunt for Red October. I am a sucker for Down Periscope. And this movie, I like Gerard Depardieu. I enjoy the things that he's in. So to see him play the captain here was very good. This was a good movie for me. So I liked it. I thought it was good. I was waiting for bring me to within single ping range, please, the whole time. and I think they were probably Army Special Rangers, maybe not SEALs.
Range to target. One ping only, please.
So, but I liked the coup element was good. The fact that, oh, look, nobody torpedoed you because notice that the shrapnel pattern is going out. I mean, that was a good thing. And it was just like, there were some intricacies in it that I enjoyed. And I liked having the different things of underwater, above water, hey, we're going to send people into Russia, but we're really not supposed to. And so get rid of your tags and your photo. Don't be that guy with the photo and all these other things. And, I like the movie, and yeah, I did think it was good. So I ended up giving it an SEG, for my rating, because I actually have already recommended it to somebody today. So somebody asked me if I'd seen any good movies lately, and I'm like, yeah, go watch Hunter Killer. If you like Hunt for Red October, you'll like this movie.
Oh,
so yeah.
no.
So for me,
why do I feel like Gerard Depardieu, as you called him, which is not his name, why do I feel like I'm afraid to make fun of anybody's movie choices these days after what happened with Bruce Willis? Like, he made all of these bad movies, and then afterwards we find out that he's got a debilitating disease that's going to take his life. And he was in the midst of this because he was trying to bankroll enough so his family would be taken care of, right?
I don't think so, because
Why do I have this feeling that this is going to happen to him? Because Geostorm, Hunter Killer.
Well, you figure, what did he do last? He did the Has Fallen trilogy.
Okay, which went maybe one or two more than it should have.
One for sure, but I liked Olympus Has Fallen and London Has Fallen. I thought those were great. I have not watched Angel Has Fallen yet, so even though it's 5 years old at this point,
the quality is falling.
Yeah, I figured.
But no, I think
I need him to show up in the next Fast and Furious movie at this point, because he might as well. Gerard Butler.
But I think
I remember his name.
Yeah, Butler. See, everything he was in was actually fine. If there had been more, the actor that I would go after on this movie is Gary Oldman. What was he thinking?
He was thinking, I'm going to get paid.
Oh,
I guess he was thinking it's better than that time I played a dwarf, I guess.
There's another Has Fallen coming out, by the way, in 2024. It's called Night Has Fallen. It's the 4th installment.
What, is he the one that falls and his grandson has to come pick him up?
It's his retirement party. So,
Is that the one where he becomes Batman?
I don't know.
Okay. I do want to add the list. I can't add it to the list yet because there's no link for it yet because it's still in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
But over the weekend I saw Borderlands, and we definitely need to do Borderlands.
Okay. We'll add it to the list as soon as there's a streaming home for it. All right, Mike, it's time to pick another one.
All right. And for the record, Shaggy, you are on deck for this one.
Okay.
Before we pick, 1 to 30.
1 to 30. 4.
Oh, this might be absolutely perfect for. Oh no, it's unavailable in this location.
Darn.
Up the creek.
Oh, that's one of my personal favorites. I wouldn't even have to watch it. I watch it like once every 3 weeks. All right. 22.
22. The hell is this? Sign in. Let me make sure that I'm okay. Okay. This is a Netflix original called Unfrosted.
Oh, okay. I have heard of this.
2024 Emmy nominee. I think this is now disqualified if this is an Emmy-nominated movie. But in this satirical comedy, two cereal companies compete to invent a new breakfast product starring Jerry Seinfeld, Melissa McCarthy.
Oh, no. We're not. I don't think we should do this movie.
Okay.
I like this movie a lot, but we should not do this movie.
Okay.
What are you saying?
It's the origin story for Pop-Tarts.
Now I need to know why.
I'll tell you after. We can make a decision if we want to put it back on or not.
Okay.
All right. Well, the backup choice is 14.
14. Oh, well, this should be interesting. It's on Prime Video. Future 38. American agent time travels to 2018 from 1938. He finds a strange world of silvery skyscrapers, connected computers, and working women. He fights the Fuhrer and goes gaga for a gal. But will he have to leave his love to save civilization?
Okay, this has no one of note in it.
Betty Gilpin. You've seen her in stuff. Trust me. Nick Westrate, who you may have seen him in something.
Nope. Nope. You haven't seen anybody in anything.
Oh, you know where I know Betty Gilpin from? I know her from Glow.
Oh, okay. She was in Glow, Miss Davis, and the Tomorrow War, as well as Nurse Jackie.
She plays like the American Penny Patriot or whatever the hell her name was.
Liberty Bell.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right.
That's where I know her from.
Well, that is going to be our show for tonight. All right. So we will be back in 2 weeks. That'll put us back on the 26th. So look for us back August 26th. And, should be a good night for us. That'll be the wrap up to summer for the most part. And, that'll be right after the kids go back to school for a lot of folks. So, if you haven't gotten out there and got your school supplies yet, now's the week to do it. Get ready to send all the kids back to school. Make sure that you hit the liquor stores for all of those, first day of school mom wine o'clock, photos that you can post to the Instagrams. And, then you can get caught up on PTR Radio that you haven't been able to listen to because the kids have been home. So we want to thank everybody for listening. Don't forget, check us out on social medias at PTR Radio. You can also check out our brand new website, ptrradio.com, to find out more about the show, as well as subscribe to the podcast and all of our social media channels. Tons of information out there. We'd love to know what you think of it. You can also leave a voice message for us there, and we will play it on the next show if you're interested. So just click on the contact button, and you can do it all on your browser. All right, folks. But yeah, we'll see you otherwise on the 26th of August. That's all I got tonight. You guys got anything?
Nope.
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, folks.
Oh, wait.
What?
If you are 45 or older, gentlemen, get your colonoscopies done.
That's right. That's right. It's not
Trust
fun,
me.
but it's needed. All right.
It's fantastic. It's the best nap you're ever going to have. Trust me.
All right, folks. With that said, I'm Shaggy.
I'm Colin.
I am Mike the Ape Man.
Stick a fork in us, folks. We are done. Later.